Welcome back to High School Football Weekly. We're going to dive into the Class C portion of our show, and Class C is sponsored by the Sam Watts Special Teams Academy. Check out Sam Watts Special Teams Academy. Sammy was doing color work for us this last Saturday at the Kenmore West Grand Island game. Did a phenomenal job. In that game, you can listen back at it. If you go to mixler.com/WNY Athletics, check out the show reel, and you will be able to hear that game once again. Jake Fyock, Timmy Wegren, and Sam Watts all did that call for that game. They did a phenomenal job. Real quick, Class B Chuck Funky Bowl, Newport at Dunkirk, tomorrow night, Wednesday at 6:30. Thursday, the matchup game is Alden at East Aurora. So getting into Class C, their first Chuck Funky Bowl was Cleveland Hill. And maybe it's a matchup game. I don't know. No, it's a Chuck Funky. Cleve Hill beat Cassadaga Valley 46-14, so they're going to take on Fredonia this week, and I believe that's Chuck Funky at Cleve Hill or Cleve Hill at Fredonia. I'll have to get a date on that. I believe that's tomorrow night, Wednesday night. We'll have to double check. But anyways, moving on. Chautauqua Lake with the big upset Saturday over JFK. To some, not to me. I knew Chautauqua Lake was coming in fast and furious. JFK, I saw them earlier in the year play Wilson. I thought they were okay. But this Chautauqua Lake team, they are tough, man. Rafajarian, is that how you pronounce it?
He's got over 1,000 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Number of touchdowns.
He's a beaut.
But they also shut down Jax Lighton, who has lit it up in previous games. And they're good defensively, so when you take a look at it, then now they're playing Southwestern, which they lost to, I think, by 35 points the first time they played them this season. Southwestern has only given up 45 yards, I think, defensively in 8 games, and they've been averaging 41 points a game. And I just think that the Trojans have an edge in that game big time. And you look at the others, see Portville and Wilson will be an excellent game. Both teams have got extremely good talent, very physical. Portville's got, I think, 45 players on their team, so they got a lot of depth. They also have some studs on both sides. And Wilson has been close the last 2 years. I think in both years they lost in the last play of the game where they went for 2. And it'll be interesting to see how who wins that, because both would love to be able to be playing at New Era Field.
Well, third time's the charm for Wilson, that last play of the game. And that scenario may happen again with Wilson having to go for 2 at the end of the game, because Portville is no joke. Josh Brooks is doing a phenomenal job with the Panthers. Jaden Lassiter is over 1,000 yards, 19 touchdowns. Dalton Tobola, 23 receptions for 437 yards, 4 touchdowns there. Lassiter has another 3 touchdowns receiving. He's also got 35 tackles. He's got a sack, a pick, 2 fumble returns, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 for a touchdown. So Portville's tough.
Billy Atlas, the coach, the quarterback and senior, had over 200 yards passing. And I haven't seen that during the season because they rely on the running game. So it'll be interesting to see what the coaches have planned on both sides.
And Wilson's had a very good year. And they got the brand new stadium up there. That's going to be the WNY Athletics Game of the Week. We're sending a crew up to Wilson to do that broadcast for Wilson and Portville, so that'll be on Mixler.com. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.